everybody, Aaronator here. We got our 4th episode of our Columbus Blue Jackets franchise mode here in the PS4, guys. In the last episode, we went and continued to do more of the sim of the year 1 season. We are 27-20-2, as you can see, in a playoff spot, but I mean, there's still lots of time left in the season to either fall apart or to really push ahead of these teams ahead of us within our division. So I did pre-scout for some possible trades that could happen. I only noticed one player I would maybe be interested in come the trade deadline if we are going to be playoff contenders, which at this point our record shows that I think we should be, and our team is definitely capable. So first we're going to start with simming the rest of the month of February and see if we can keep up the consistency along with getting some wins. So in the last episode I told you guys that our power play was struggling, so we would be looking for probably more of an offensive player to help our power play, and so that might help our offense, because the way we lose games is usually we don't get enough offense. We do lose a lot of games that are like 2-1 and such. But here, let's go scout Liljegren in the SHL just in case. You never know. Get all those top prospects scouted. Wow. I was not looking at that before. That's interesting. Ooh, but our first round pick. I wouldn't be wanting to do it for our first round pick. But Vanek, wow. Oh, no. No, he has 26 points, 7 goals. The guy I'm looking at right now, I won't mention his name right now, but he has more points and he's actually lower value. But Thomas Vanek, that's an interesting trade to receive from Detroit, but I'm really not interested in Vanek. That's a lot of trade value for a guy just for a rental. I'm only doing minimal rentals because honestly, I would be fine with going into the rest of the season in the playoffs if we just kept the team the way it was. So we have 3 options. We'll either trade for a bit of some offense. Let me see, injury to Gregory Campbell, so we'll get Carlson into his spot, and we will get another guy. I think it's not Sedlak, Anderson? Yeah, Anderson. So I think Anderson will go on the PK. I'm not sure if I want that. I'll talk about that, about the other stuff in a bit. Yeah, let's get someone for the PK right now. Our power play is doing okay. Get another center in there. Wenberg's capable, for sure. Gagne. Actually, I just recognized Gagne could be one of the guys that we trade because he does have a lot of value because his contract's so low. So that means there's lots more value to him to go to a playoff contender. We could actually probably get a 2nd round pick for him, and with this year's draft being the first year draft usually being pretty strong, that would not be a bad option to trade Gagne, especially if we're going to be tanking the rest of the year. But that's just a possibility. Plus, Hartnell would probably be traded just because of his contract, and I know that there are some teams that would be interested in him without retaining caps. So, but you know what? We are still doing steady here. A bit shaky, 500 kind of team. But if we can get some more wins and even some more points, like the shootout loss there against the Rangers, I think we can definitely continue this streak here. So, Campbell, I'm actually going to keep Wenberg on the penalty kill because we have got some more points lately. And plus, Campbell hasn't been doing that great defensively. If you look at this, he's a -5. And I know it only counts for 5-on-5, but that's 5-on-5. If he's on the penalty kill, how is he going to very much be successful? So I'm going to try Wenberg, give him some more ice time. Maybe that'll help him develop into a better player. Maybe that top-line center that all of you guys are asking me to trade for. And see if we can get some more wins here, because if we want to be a playoff team, I'd like to get some more wins early. So we're 10 games above 500. That's nice to see. We've got points in our last 4 games. AHL best lines there. 2 seconds for Vanek. I'm going to pass on that. Actually, no, the first was for next year. But no. I just want to decline that trade. I'm not interested in Vanek right now. Because, I mean, we are getting wins right now. I mean, I know I just said that we were getting wins, and then we lost to Nashville. But you know what? We still are a solid team even without Vanek. And I think we can make the playoffs. And even just trying for the playoffs, that will give guys like Wenberg and Korpisalo and our younger guys, those will boost up their experience and help them develop into better players. I see it. If you wow, maybe we don't need to trade for offense. Holy crap, we just beat Lundqvist and the Rangers 10-1. But I mean, we're getting somewhat offense. I think I'm okay with rolling with our team right now. The guy I was interested in was Radim Verbata, and he's a very offensive player. But the one thing is, well, there's two things. Obviously, his defensive category, he's only an 83 overall, so the reason that he's so good is just his offense. His defensive category, he would be somewhat of a liability defensively. He's 85 actually right now with morale probably. He's getting a lot of minutes more in Arizona. He has 22 goals. Like, he has 42 points. He's doing very well. Cap hit's fine. Everything's good. And we could get him for a cheap, maybe a prospect. Do I want to do that, though? It's just I'm just wondering, because I think it would help our playoff run more. I'd probably give up Rupp here and Kukan. Do I want to make that trade? Verbata for those two guys. I think Rupp is just, do we want to give up this guy? I mean, high AHL top 2. I don't like his stats because he's just going to be hard shooter, fast skater, all those simple stats. And he's going to be really physical. There's nothing too wrong with that. But for right now, a guy like Verbata, I'm just wondering. Because, like, the reason he's doing so well, he's on the top line with a guy like Max Domi to pass him the puck. He has 22 goals. And he's getting all those points because he's on that top line. If we put him on our third line, is he going to get as many goals? Or is he just going to be pointless? So I'm wondering, do I want to make that trade? You know what? I'm going to make that trade because we are a playoff team. We're only giving up so much for a guy like Verbata, and if we do get injuries in the playoffs, Verbata can go into our top 6, and it might help our power play as well. So we'll let him ease into the lineup. We're not going to give him tons of ice time, like first, second line ice time. We're going to give him third line because that's the kind of player he is. Maybe second line time. We'll have to see how he plays, but yeah, for sure. I'm going to make this trade. Rupp and Kukan. So rejected right now, but I think we can just add another draft pick or something. I don't want to give up another prospect or anything. Goalies matched on the block. Dansk. I'd give up Dansk. He's just an AHL goalie with a big contract. And add in Dansk for Radim Verbata. And so we would move down Sedlak, which is waiver eligible, but I doubt he'd be picked up. And even if he is, it's not that big of a deal. And then, yeah. Okay, so yeah, we'll make that trade. So we traded a couple prospects to add in Radim Verbata. Hopefully he at least keeps our team steady and maybe improves our team somewhat instead of because that would really suck if we made that trade and then, I mean, we ended up losing every game from now on. But I mean, it can't hurt us that much. I think it should help us. So you know what? First of all, let's move Calvert out. We'll put in Verbata, and he'll get third line time, so that's solid. Clarkson, Campbell, Carlson. I'm thinking Campbell, but you know what? I might leave him there for now. I might just take out Calvert for a bit, just because he's more offensive. Well, he's a fast player. He's not very physical. He's a -2. If he plays on the fourth line, will that really help him? Can we make any changes to the power play? Who's not very offensive and not playing very well in the power play? Those guys are doing fine. Werenski and Jones, they're actually getting less points than the other defensemen. Atkinson, Wenberg. I mean, you know what? We'll just let Verbata ease into it, and that should be okay. And then as for Calvert, I think I'm going to leave the fourth line the way it is, and we'll see how Verbata can get adjusted with Gagne and Hartnell. Because I mean, Gagne and Verbata actually have really nice offensive stats, and realistically, if they needed to, maybe on a weaker team, they could be second liners. So hopefully that depth offense will help us get more offense during games, and we should be able to win a couple more coming into the little parts of the end of the season here. So we'll have to see how that works out. Player meetings, it will probably be Verbata on him being acquired. So let's go meet up with him and see what he has to say. Verbata, let's see. Being traded is a big change, but it'll make you proud of your choice. I'm going to be demanding because he's a veteran. We always go with demanding, and that seems to work out for us. So hopefully, yeah, responsible to a firm approach, his morale improved. So that should help us. Hopefully that'll ease him into the lineup as much as possible. We really want to just add to this team to improve it. And I mean, going for a little playoff run here, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. I mean, if we go to the finals, then maybe that was a pretty solid trade. If we get knocked out in the first round of the playoffs, then I mean, big deal. Realistically, I'd like to be a playoff team. We have lots of games here, so it's still possible we could fall apart. But you know what? We added to this team. And you know what? We do have a solid team here in Columbus. I think we should be okay. So let's start off with a win. That would be really nice against Minnesota. 2-0 victory. That's nice. We got a little shutout there for one of our goalies, Bobrovsky, probably. Game against Ottawa here, we end up losing 2-1. So not too much offense in these first two games with Verbata, but you know what? Still is probably easing into the lineup. So let's go. Is there any forwards in other leagues? I know Vesalainen is there, so let's go scout Vesalainen. 1 month. New Jersey, we get that 2-1 shootout victory. That's nice to see. Another game against New Jersey, and we get a point there. So 2 shootout games, and we end up getting 3 points out of them. So pretty stellar. Buffalo, they're a struggling team. I'd like to get some wins here. That would help us. There's a point. I'll take that for sure. And there you go, a win. So a lot of overtime games, but you know what? We're getting points. So that's nice to see. Game against Philadelphia, we lose. We're still struggling to get offense. So if we could get some offense here against Florida, 2-1 loss. Come on, guys. I'd like to get some more offense. If we lose 5-4, that's okay. I'd like to see that our offense is improving. 2-1 victory, that's helpful, and another 2-1 victory. So we're really just a defensive team. I mean, I'm fine with that. If we get the wins, I guess that's okay. But I really just, if we go up against a tough team in the playoffs and we don't have offense, that just really suck. Another point against Toronto, and then we lose against Washington. Philadelphia, they seem to be doing pretty good. We get a point. A lot of these games going to overtime is kind of strange. And then another loss, 2-1. So we're really not getting offense. So you know what I might do is I'm going to make a change here right now. We can see where we are in the standings and see if our power play has improved at all, because I think that's why we're struggling. We're just not getting quite enough offense. Let's see. So we have 85 points. There's still a chance we can make a divisional spot, but it looks like wild card will be more realistic. Atlantic Division, yeah, we should be able to get a wild card. The next team is the Rangers, and we have 2 games in hand on them. They have more regulation plus overtime wins, but we should be okay. But I mean, there's still lots of time left to fall apart. Only 4 teams have made the playoffs, so let's quickly go check goals for, because those are the big stats. Columbus. Yeah, we're struggling to get goals. 2.5 goals per game. But our defense, if you look at that, yeah, we're the best defensive team in the NHL. So that's nice to see. But power play, yeah, we're going to put Verbata on the power play for sure. Time shorthanded, we're taking a decent amount of penalties. But our penalty kills actually improved putting on Wenberg. So that I think, yeah, putting on Wenberg was pretty stellar. We're 3-4-3. We've lost 7 of our last 10. So it's not really great. We're getting points, but it's not great. So let's see who's getting offense right now. Just individually, we got lots of 20 goal scorers here. Verbata has 23 goals ever since. He's only got 1 goal ever since coming on here. So maybe if we give him some more power play time, I think that might help. Hopefully, Jenner has 24 goals. Dubinsky 22. Atkinson 20. Brandon Saad has 20. So we got a lot of 20 goal scorers. Foligno is 20, approximately 20. Gagne, Savard, and Hartnell all getting some offense. Calvert, he hasn't really played for a while. Let's see, how's his morale? He's 81. Okay, so maybe we should put Calvert back in the lineup. Maybe you guys can let me know who you think should be in the lineup for when we start the playoffs. Maybe more physical players would be better. Maybe a bit more offense, because we are struggling. Let's see. Plus minus, who's not doing well? Verbata's a -8, but yeah, that was more from just when he started. We're just a really defensive team. There you go. Korpisalo's getting some more wins, and he's having much better stats. So hopefully that'll help us continue. Well, yeah, we have 2 very stellar goalies. Bobrovsky's playing out of his mind. Yeah, he could win the Vezina, honestly, this year. He has great stats. So let's keep on playing for Bobrovsky here, boys, and Korpisalo. But you know what? We got to start playing for them by maybe supporting them with some more offense instead of relying on them as our only way of winning games. So let's go add in power play. Who's not getting offense? I really haven't seen much offense from Wenberg. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put Dubinsky back on the top line because he's getting lots of offense this year. Jenner has 24 goals. We can keep him on there. Foligno, lots of points. Our more offensive players we can keep up there. That should be okay. Savard, 11 and 11, 3 and 25, 5 and 18, 6 and 17. Let's give Savard and Murray some more time. And then how's Johnson doing? I'm just curious. He's an 87. He's doing even. He's even. And then, wow, plus 19 for Dalton Prout. Stellar. Power play. Yeah, I want to get the Verbata in here somewhere. I just don't know where to put him. Jones. I think we can put him on the point somewhere. Werenski, Jones, Murray. Murray has a lot of offenses this year. He's doing very stellar. We just need to figure out who's not getting offense. I don't know if Wenberg really helps us. He has 40 assists practically, but you know what, Jones? I'm gonna give him a break. I'm gonna try seeing what happens if we put Verbata on the point here. Hopefully that'll help us out, and we'll move him. We'll keep him up on the. We'll give him on the top line power play, and we'll switch him with Werenski. There you go. Jones can stay there with Werenski. That should be okay. We'll put him on his 1T, and then Dubinsky as well. And then, yeah, let's get Jenner in there as well, because Jenner's gotten lots of goals. So, and I know he knows how to take faceoffs. We're just trying things, guys, because our power play is really what's struggling. So, hopefully we can keep that up. Is there anybody who's really a big minus? William Karlsson. You know what? I'm going to take out Karlsson because he's really not done much on that bottom line, defensively or offensively, or penalty minutes, so he's not really being physical. We're going to try putting Calvert there on the left wing. We'll see how that works out, and see if we can get some more depth offense. He's a bit of a speedy player there, so maybe unexpected offense from the fourth line would be nice. So a struggling team in Carolina. This is a team that we should be able to beat. We really should be winning against Carolina, and this should be a good test to see if we can get some offense this game. If we got power play time, guys, we got to capitalize. So we lose 2-0. We get shut out, and then Chicago, a very tough team. Come on, guys. There you go, 4 goals. So that's nice to see. Let's finish the season with this. With these last 5 games, we should be a playoff team, but there's stranger things have happened. So Washington, there's some tough teams here. Washington actually is a lot of overtime losses, but let's see. Let's go back to the dub and scout some more forwards. 1 month. Washington, we get a point. We got 2 goals there. Game against Pittsburgh, we get a 2-0 loss. We get shut out. Come on, guys. There's a win against Winnipeg there. Philadelphia, let's see, they're 48 and 26 and 6, so can we get a win here? Very tough opponent, but this is a good challenge for us, guys. Our AHL team qualified for the playoffs. That's nice. We get shut out 4-0 by Philadelphia. And where are we in our playoff race? I'm actually kind of scared because we're a bit 500 still. Okay, so we made the playoffs. That's good. Can we get this next win? Because Washington's right behind us for points. I'd like to stay above, so then we gives ourselves a bit of I mean, if we go up against them in the playoffs, I guess home ice advantage, right? Let's finish off strong. Game against Toronto. First period, and David Savard gets a goal on Jonas Enroth, and Korpisalo lets in one on Connor Carrick. So 2 defensemen getting their teams in the game early. Second period, and Bozak and Kadri each getting goals for them. So come on, guys, we got to get some offense. Let's prove we can be a comeback team right now. Power play, great chance. There you go. Dubinsky gets a goal, so that's nice to see. No, darn it. Power play goal for Nazem Kadri. Another power play. We're taking a lot of penalties here. Good kill. Can we get another one back? Let's get some offense here, guys. 10 minutes left. That's okay. That's okay. You know what? We're probably not getting enough shots. I mean, only 30-ish shots on net. I don't know. And Gardner gets an empty netter, so we end up losing 5-2. That's kind of unfortunate. Not the way I wanted to end a season. We just aren't getting enough offense. So even with Verbata in there, I don't know what we can do, guys. I feel like we're really going to need to make changes in the playoffs because we can be the best defensive team, but it'll just be like the Montreal Canadiens. You can only rely on a guy like Price for so long. And Philadelphia, a team that has had our number for the past and for this whole season, really. They got lots of wins on us in that last couple months there. So we're going to be going up against a very tough team. And I know that Philadelphia has a lot of offensive players, so they can definitely put the puck in the net. So you guys can let me know what you think for line changes. What can we do to improve our power play, which is probably not helping us at all. And let's quickly double check. We only got 55 points out of Atkinson, so not what I like to see. I wish we could have got more offense. And Eastern Conference, We did squeak into the playoffs a bit. There's some teams behind us, but you know what? We played stellar, and great defense helped us get into the playoffs. And we're going up against the top team. I don't know why that is, because Boston is the lower wildcard team, so shouldn't we go up against Pittsburgh? I mean, no, because divisional. Second, shouldn't we be going up against Florida? Maybe if it's in the division, maybe they just stay in the division. That's strange. I thought we would have gone up against the second best team or the other top division leader, but I guess that's not how it works. All three teams from the Eastern Conference in our own division doing very well. So I mean, you can't really blame us too much. We didn't really finish too strong, but that's a big reason why we couldn't get a divisional spot. So we made the playoffs, guys. It's good for our young guys to experience some playoff experience before we start getting even deeper into the GM mode. Offense, we're one of the most least scoring teams in the NHL. That is not acceptable. Defensively, once again, top team in the league for defense, but that's not acceptable. Our power play is worst in the league, so what can we do to improve that? Who needs to go on there? Time shorthanded. We took a lot of penalties near the end there. And but our penalty kill, yeah, we're doing so defensively we're amazing, but offense, nothing is happening. So guys, if we need to move Verbata up in the lineup, then let me know. But I mean, we just need to figure out some offensive lines, because earlier on we were getting some offense for guys like Dubinsky. It was a great strong start, but we're really not getting much offense. We have a couple 20-goal scorers, but I mean, that's been there since the trade deadline. It's pretty much, we all knew these guys were going to be between 25 and 20 goals. Verbata only has 20. He only got 2 goals since the deadline, so maybe that's not really helping. I don't know. Maybe try him with a passer like Wenberg. Maybe that's because he had a guy like Domi. Maybe Wenberg and Verbata would work well together. You guys can let me know what you think about that. Points. Yeah, we had a lot of 50-point scorers this year, but not enough. Calvert, he didn't get any offense. He's a -5, so again, let me know what you guys think. If you want to put down line combinations in the comment section down below, guys, that would be really helpful. Or just mention names that really need to get more time, because I don't know what to do with this team offensively. We have lots of players, but they're not quite getting offense. Our goalies are doing amazing. I think Bobrovsky could be in the Vezina talks, but I think it's just he didn't have quite enough wins near the end because we didn't support him with enough offense. But defensively, we are strong as heck. There you go. So that will be the end of the episode, guys. Let me know what you think about line changes we could make. And let's just focus on the playoffs for now before we get into talks about trades, about getting a top line center or anything. I like our team right now, so let's focus on right now. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one.